Hauoli po'akolu, everybody. Good morning, Hawks. Happy Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, January 12th. January 12th. I know we had a lot of our sixth graders out yesterday. Many of them will be back today, and then the rest will be back tomorrow on Thursday. So mahalo to all of our Kumu for being flexible, and to our haumana as well. I know the haumana who have been home because of close contacts. Have been doing their work on Google Classroom. So thank you for making sure we do that. That is one of our hawk habits here at Kealakehe Intermediate School. I wanted to go over again the wellness reminders. We had some wellness updates come out yesterday, right before noon, for all of our Hawaii Department of Education schools. And so, Kumu, you're going to see a copy of this, and the daily wellness checks and the updated return to school work criteria in your boxes this morning. So please be sure, if you haven't checked it yet, please be sure you check it throughout sometime today before you go home, and then review it, and also review it with Haumana every day this week. Tomorrow is our last day of school, Thursday for our Haumana. There's no school on Friday. Only for Kumu, there's school on Friday. But I'm very, very thankful that we are remaining flexible. And mahalo to our office staff and to our administrators who have been calling families to inform them of students who have to quarantine because of the different guidelines to keep us all safe. All right, so let me go over this daily wellness check again. This has not changed. This remains the same. So before you come to school every day, you got to make sure you're feeling good. And if you're not feeling well, then stay home. Stay home. And if you're well enough to do work on your Google Classroom, then do the work on the Google Classroom. All right. We have 3 periods a day. You can always go to KissHawks.org to check what day it is, and work on your Google Classroom. I'm really thankful that Kumu put assignments on Google Classroom for all of us to see and for our students to do. All right, so if you have a fever, chills, cough, shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, fatigue, muscle or body aches, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congestion or runny nose, nausea or vomiting, diarrhea, stay home. And this is not just for haumana, it's also for our kumu, for adults, all of our adults. Make sure you stay home and get well, and then come back to school when you are well. All right. And I wanted to share this with our haumana who have been getting phone calls from our vice principals and from Mrs. Tupou that they are a close contact. And because of their vaccination status, they may have to stay home. I want to let you know that everybody here is a vital part of our community. And I know it really sucks that you have to stay home and not come to school. And so I'm sorry for that. We're just trying our best to keep to follow the wellness and health guidelines. And so when you come back to school, when you can, we appreciate that you're following the guidelines, right? If you have any questions about what the guidelines look like, you can go over them with your kumu. You can email Mrs. Blaber or one of our vice principals. I know some of your parents have been doing a good job asking us many questions about this, so I appreciate that. We are following the CDC guidelines and the guidelines given to us by the Hawaii Department of Health. So we're not just making this up. And we have to follow guidelines to make sure we have a standard that keeps as many people safe as possible. All right, so thank you for that. I wanted to go over, so Kumu, in your boxes, you'll see this, the return to school and work criteria. And for the most part, the main changes, other than it's no longer a 10-day quarantine for close contacts or those who test positive, has to do with the adults, anybody who's 18 years or older. So please read through this. I will be sending it also in an email. And like I said, it'll be in your boxes. And so there are criteria for who quarantines and who doesn't quarantine. Like I said in our last update about this return to school and work criteria, it is no longer a 10-day quarantine. It is a 5-day quarantine for close contacts if you fall under certain criteria. But anybody who tests positive for COVID, you must let an administrator know right away. An administrator would be me, Vice Principal Mailo, Vice Principal Barron, or Vice Principal Williams, whether you're calling us up or sending us an email. But let us know right away if you test positive for COVID. Your parents can let us know. You can let us know. And we will definitely double check with your parents and your guardians, but we need to know right away. So anybody who tests positive for COVID, it's a mandatory 5-day quarantine. And like I said, I'm constantly reminding everybody, just because you're quarantined does not mean don't do any schoolwork. Please go onto your Google Classroom and do the work assigned to you by your classroom's teacher if you are feeling well enough. And I think for the most part, a lot of us do feel well enough when we are quarantined. So thank you for making sure learning continues even if you are at home. All right, so that's that. Speaking of learning, I know iReady testing has begun. And I wanted to give some shout outs because we have some, I'm monitoring what's happening and the scores that are appearing on our iReady, and some shout outs to some 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So they're making improvements on iReady. I see drastic improvements on some iReady. So shout out to Gia Romero in Miss Dempsey's class. I'm taking a look at your iReady reading and you are making a lot of gains. So mahalo. Great job for Hana Pono. These are some students who you can see they're already taking really intentional actions and making sure they Hana Pono, do their best and do well, work hard. So Gia Romero, congratulations. I'm seeing that you are making you made a big jump since your August and September iReady diagnostic. Zayden Alex Bush from Mr. Castle's advisory. Another really great improvement in your diagnostic for your iReady reading. Congratulations. Some 7th graders that I'm noticing from Miss Foster's class. Daylan Minamishin. Congratulations. I'm seeing some great improvement in iReady in your diagnostic. Great job. Great job. And this lets me know that the work that you're doing with your teachers, you're really paying attention, you're being intentional about doing your best. And then when you're taking your iReady test, it's showing and you're taking it seriously. So congratulations. Shout out to student Ahalmana in Kumu Hurley's class, Imani Harnage. You also have made drastic improvement since your first diagnostic of iReady. So congratulations. You are motivating me to be a better Poʻo Kumu, but also these shout outs remind all of our haumana that we can do it. We can make drastic improvements if we hana pono. And 8th grade, one of our 8th grade students from Mr. Muma's class, Kate Martin, your iReady reading diagnostic is showing that you've also made drastic improvements since the last time we took the iReady test in quarter 1. So congratulations. Congratulations to these students who are exhibiting what we know all of our hawks can do, the hana pono quality. Yes. All right, my friends, it is Wednesday. I know you're going to have a wonderful day. I'll be visiting classrooms again today. Stay tuned because I know our leadership team, I know one of our leadership students, Valpele, will be on during the advisory time live to give more morning announcements that are about student activities and some fun events that are coming up within this week and next week. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Aloha.